The Appalachian Trail is renowned for its stunning landscapes, challenging terrain, and deep connection to American history. Stretching over 2,000 miles from Georgia to Maine, it offers hikers the chance to experience some of the most beautiful wilderness in the eastern United States. But beyond its scenic beauty, the trail is also home to legends, ghost stories, and unexplained mysteries that have captured the imaginations of explorers for centuries. From eerie lights that dance over mountaintops to haunted trails and ancient underground caves, the Appalachian Trail has no shortage of strange and unsettling places. In this episode, we'll take you on a journey through some of the most mysterious locations along the Appalachian Trail. Prepare to encounter ghostly apparitions, unexplained phenomena, and legends that blur the line between reality and folklore. On episode 104, 5 mysterious places along the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail, stretching over 2,000 miles through the scenic wilderness of the eastern United States, is a treasure trove of natural beauty. But within the towering mountains, dense forests, and rolling valleys also lies a deeper mystery, one that predates the trail's existence by centuries. Hidden in the lore of the Cherokee, there's a story about a peculiar group known as the Moon-Eyed People. According to Cherokee oral tradition, the Moon-Eyed People were a race of small, pale-skinned beings who lived in the Appalachian region long before the arrival of the Cherokee themselves. These mysterious figures were named for their unusually large, light-sensitive eyes, which, as the story goes, made them unable to see in daylight. Instead, they were nocturnal, venturing out only at night, under the soft glow of the moon. Descriptions of the Moon-Eyed People suggest they were significantly different from the Native American tribes that inhabited the area. They were said to be smaller in stature, pale-skinned, and possessed advanced architectural skills. Some versions of the legend say they built stone structures, fort-like ruins that can still be found in parts of North Carolina and Georgia today. The Moon-Eyed People are also remembered for the Cherokee legend that drove the Moon-Eyed People out of the Appalachian region. According to the Cherokee, they were eventually forced to flee by the Cherokee warriors during a battle that occurred at sunrise. Taking advantage of their eyesight during the daytime, the Cherokee attacked when the Moon-Eyed People could not see. Some accounts say that these pale beings escaped to caves deep within the Appalachian Mountains, where they still live to this day. Others say they traveled west. From a cultural perspective, some anthropologists believe the legend could have been a symbolic tale created by the Cherokee to explain the presence of ancient ruins that they had come upon in the region. The Appalachian Trail landscape is littered with reminders of past civilizations and ancient mysteries. One notable location is Fort Mountain in northern Georgia, home to a long stone wall that stretches 885 feet across the mountain. The origin of this wall remains debated, but some believe it was built by the Moon-Eyed People. However, what's more likely is that the Moon-Eyed People were early European settlers who arrived in North America long before Christopher Columbus. Or as some scholars suggest, they could have been Welsh explorers, possibly led by the legendary Prince Madoc, who is said to have reached the New World around 1170. As with many Appalachian legends, the mystery is woven into the very fabric of the land, offering a fascinating connection between our present and the distant past. Deep in the heart of Kentucky, not far from the Appalachian Trail's western stretch, lies one of the most remarkable and mysterious places, not just along the Appalachian Trail, but in the United States as a whole, known as Mammoth Cave. This sprawling underground cave system is the longest known in the entire world, having more than 400 miles of explored passageways and countless stories of strange happenings and unexplained phenomena. Mammoth Cave is part of Mammoth Cave National Park and is truly a geological wonder. Its intricate network of tunnels, chambers, and underground rivers has been formed over millions of years, creating an otherworldly environment that feels disconnected from the surface above. The cave's name reflects its immense size, but despite centuries of exploration of Mammoth Cave, new passageways are discovered regularly. First discovered by Native Americans over 4,000 years ago, the cave system has been explored by humans ever since, but even today, large portions remain uncharted. One of the most famous stories of Mammoth Cave is that of Floyd Collins, a cave explorer who died in 1925 after being trapped in a narrow passage while attempting to find new sections of the cave. His death, which became a national media sensation at the time, left a lasting imprint on the cave, and many visitors and guides claim to have encountered his restless spirit wandering the dark tunnels. Some say they've seen the faint glow of a lantern light deep in the cave, where no modern guide or hiker would go without proper lighting. Others report hearing voices echoing through the tunnels, calling out names or whispering in the dark. Long before European settlers and explorers ventured into Mammoth Cave, the area was used by Native American tribes. Archaeological evidence shows that early peoples mined minerals from the cave and buried their dead in its chambers. In fact, there have been multiple ancient mummies discovered within the cave system. Some of the remains, preserved naturally by the cave's dry conditions, have led to speculation that early cultures may have seen the cave as a gateway to the underworld. Mammoth Cave is also a site of immense scientific interest. The cave's unique ecosystem, which includes rare species of fish and insects adapted to complete darkness, offers valuable insights into biology and evolution. Despite mapping over 400 miles of passages, explorers believe that hundreds of miles still remain hidden, with unknown depths, dark chambers, and more of our shared history waiting to be discovered. Located in the Blue Ridge Mountains near the Appalachian Trail, the Brown Mountain Lights are one of the region's most enduring mysteries. For centuries, these strange, glowing orbs of light have appeared in the night sky, perplexing hikers, locals, and scientists. Often seen flickering or floating above the horizon, the lights seem to dance in the distance, disappearing as quickly as they materialize. Reports of strange lights near Brown Mountain, North Carolina, date back as early as the 13th century. The Cherokee people spoke of ghostly lights that hovered above the mountain, associating them with spirits of long-departed warriors. Later, settlers and soldiers during the Revolutionary and Civil War periods reported similar sightings, describing the lights as flickering orbs of various colors, mostly white, red, and yellow, floating just above the treetops. One of the earliest written accounts appeared in an 1850s publication, in which a hunter described seeing mysterious lights while camping near the mountain. His description matched many others that would follow over the years, lights rising above the mountain at dusk and floating for minutes before vanishing into the night sky. The folklore surrounding the Brown Mountain Lights is full of stories that seek to explain their otherworldly presence. One of the most famous stories involves the spirits of Cherokee maidens. According to legend, during a fierce battle between the Cherokee and Catawba tribes, many warriors died on the slopes of Brown Mountain. The women left behind lit torches and wandered the mountain, searching for their lost husbands and brothers. The lights seen today are believed to be the ghosts of those maidens, still carrying their torches in eternal sorrow. While folklore provides captivating tales, scientists have also sought to explain the Brown Mountain Lights. One of the more common scientific explanations is that the lights are caused by natural gas emitting from the mountain. Methane or other gases from deep within the earth can rise to the surface and ignite when exposed to the atmosphere, creating the floating orbs of light. Another scientific explanation involves piezoelectricity, a phenomenon where mechanical stress on certain rocks, like the quartz, which is found in Brown Mountain, creates electrical charges, or sparks. However, no definitive evidence has confirmed any of these theories. Whether a natural phenomenon, a trick of the eye, or something beyond our understanding, the lights continue to intrigue those who are lucky enough to witness them. Tucked away in the hills of Tennessee near Big Ridge State Park lies one of the Appalachian Trail's eeriest and scariest hikes, the Ghost House Trail. This short trail has a dark past that has left it steeped in local and Appalachian Trail legend. The trail itself winds through the dense woods for about 1.2 miles, passing old cemeteries, the remnants of long-forgotten homes, and the abandoned foundations of what was once a small but vibrant community. However, what sets this trail apart from others is the legend of the Hutchinson family, who are said to guard the area to this day. The Hutchinsons were among the early settlers of the region. They built a home on the land, hoping to carve out a peaceful life in the remote wilderness. The young daughter of the family, Mary Hutchinson, contracted tuberculosis and died at a young age. Heartbroken, the family buried her in a small cemetery not far from the home, but her death marked the beginning of a series of strange events and terrible tragedies. Shortly after Mary's death, unexplained events began to take place in the Hutchinson family home. Mysterious sounds, like footsteps, doors creaking, and the soft crying of a child, were heard at night, and shadow figures were seen moving through the house. Fearing that their home was haunted by Mary's restless spirit, the Hutchinsons abandoned the house, leaving it to decay in the wilderness. Today, only the stone foundations remain where the Hutchinson home once stood. But many visitors claim that the spirits of the Hutchinsons, particularly young Mary, have never left. Reports of strange phenomena are all too common along the Ghost House Trail. The trail passes by the old Hutchinson family cemetery, where visitors often feel an inexplicable chill, as if the temperature drops suddenly near the graves. A number of people claim to have heard ghostly noises while hiking the trail, especially near the site of the former Hutchinson home. The sound of footsteps crunching on leaves or the faint cries of a child have been reported, even when hikers are completely alone. One of the most common sightings is that of a young girl in a white dress, believed to be the ghost of Mary Hutchinson. Hikers have described seeing her standing by the trail or wandering near the old cemetery, her expression sad but calm. She's said to vanish if anyone gets too close, as if she's forever bound to the land where she once lived and died. As with many ghost stories, there are skeptics who believe the tales of the Ghost House Trail are simply the result of overactive imaginations. The remoteness of the area, combined with the knowledge of the tragic history, can certainly lead to a heightened sense of unease. However, for those who have experienced the strange occurrences firsthand, it's hard to shake the feeling that something supernatural lingers in the area. Pierce Pond is located in western Maine, not far from the town of Caratunk, and is a beloved spot for hikers on the Appalachian Trail. Surrounded by dense forests, the pond offers a perfect place for rest, reflection, and even a bit of fishing. With crystal clear waters and a peaceful atmosphere, it's hard to imagine anything sinister lurking in the area. However, it is said that at certain times, especially when the fog rolls over the pond or the night grows still, a figure appears, roaming the shores and waters of Pierce Pond. According to local lore, a local fisherman met his untimely end near the pond. The details of his death vary, with some accounts claiming he drowned. Others suggest he had some kind of an accident in the surrounding woods. What remains consistent in every version of the story is that his spirit has never left the pond. The ghost of Pierce Pond is described as a shadowy figure, often seen standing near the water's edge or drifting along the misty surface of the pond itself. Those who have seen him say his appearance is that of a man staring out over the water, dressed in old-fashioned clothing, before seeing his form fading back into the mist. His presence is often accompanied by a feeling of deep sadness. Hikers who have camped near Pierce Pond describe hearing strange, disembodied voices at night, soft whispers carried on the wind, or the faint sound of a man calling out. Others have reported seeing an indistinct figure moving through the trees or standing motionless by the water at night. Skeptics, however, offer more practical explanations. It's not uncommon for the mind to play tricks in isolated environments, especially when fatigue and the solitude of the wilderness come into play. The sightings and strange sounds could be the result of overactive imaginations, influenced by the creepy environment and the sounds of unseen wildlife. So next time you find yourself near Pierce Pond, listen closely and keep your eyes on the edges of the water. You never know who or what you might see. The Appalachian Trail is not just a place for adventure, it's a pathway into the unknown, where history, myth, and mystery collide. The strange stories of the trail invite us to consider the possibility that there's more to this land than meets the eye. Whether it's the unexplained sightings in Mammoth Cave or the tragic spirits lingering by Pierce Pond, these tales remind us that the wilderness holds secrets, some of which may never be fully explained. So if you decide to head out on your own Appalachian Trail adventure, keep an open mind. Who knows? You might just encounter one of these mysterious places for yourself, and perhaps even add your own story to the legends of the trail. Until we meet again, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time. Fireside.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.